Everyone, welcome to another Asp video. The first Asp orders are barely out of the door and already been asked for some modifications or different ways to use Asp. And fortunately, this first request is actually quite easy to do. If you remember from the other videos, when you set up Asp initially, you have a switch underneath that you set up in either Airsoft mode or IR mode. When it's in IR mode, the pin here for your recoil servo for connecting your servo board, this guy here, becomes active, and you can control your recoil servo from these set of pins. When you go into Airsoft mode, these pins become inactive because the pins over here for your micro switch input become active. You can have one or the other. Okay, so what a user wants to do is actually use servo to modify his tank so he gets recoil with an Airsoft unit. Okay, it's very difficult to do. I don't know how successful people have been in the past doing those sort of modifications, but anyway, he wants to still be able to use servo and Airsoft. So how do we do that? Okay, well, it's quite easy to do. All you need to do is get one of these cables. Okay, instead of your normal servo connection cable that we would use to plug in to here, this port, okay, we are going to instead use the signal to trigger the servo board from the flash unit connector, this connector here. So we actually make up one of these cables. Okay, I can provide one if needed, and then you connect your servo board to the flash port. Now, I shouldn't think if you're wanting to use Airsoft that you'll still need the flash, because you simply can't have a BB going up a barrel with the flash, unit in the barrel. So I'm hoping, no one will be wanting to say, oh, but I still want to use the flash. You've got a BB going up the barrel, you can't put a flash unit in there. So really, it is one or the other. Okay, so once you've attached your servo board in there, we'll just turn the system on. Okay. Rightio, turn our tank on. I'll try and cover up that those LEDs. Oh, I don't know. Okay, now remember, with your Airsoft, we would normally have the micro switch coming into this port here. In case something goes wrong with your micro switch, Asp is set to still fire the cannon. It'll wait for a micro switch signal. If it doesn't receive it, it will fire your cannon anyway. So that's basically what's going to happen here. Okay, so it's in Airsoft mode, so you'll hear a delay while Asp waits for the micro switch, and eventually it will fire. So I've just pressed the trigger, and there we go. The recoil servo is in sync with whenever the micro switch closes on your Airsoft unit. So that is how you can use a recoil servo using your servo board with your Asp set in Airsoft mode. Thank you.